Hello, colleagues. My name is Claudia Abar, and I am a kindergarten teacher in District 4. I'm also one of the virtual content specialists for kindergarten math. For today's video, we wanted to go ahead and highlight the summary slide again. We highlighted one of the summary slides in past lessons. We want to continue to do this so that we can show you all the advantages of using the summary slide within your lessons. Let's begin by sharing today's work. Today's lesson comes from Unit 5 and it's going to be day 17. You can find all of our lessons on TeachHub. I'm going to go ahead and show you the summary slide. On this lesson, it is slide E. The letter for the summary slide will change based on how much additional work we are doing within the lessons. So in looking at this, it will always be, however, light blue. So you will always be able to know which one, and it will say summarize. For today's lesson, it will have two questions. You are welcome to use both of these questions to rephrase them in a way that is more acceptable for your class, to add additional questions. We want to make sure that in order to really get the effect of it and really understand whether your students are mastering the work, you want to make sure that you at least read these two and you give your students a chance to say them. So the questions for today are, look at the numbers highlighted in red. What do you notice about these numbers? These right here. And then the follow-up question says, how are they different from the other numbers in the same row? Now, a couple of quick suggestions as you are sharing this is that if you are sharing this slide and you want the children to answer this question, you also show them a visual, and I will show you more about that. But first, look at the numbers highlighted in red. What do you notice about the numbers? What are some of the answers that your students might say? Some of your students might say something about all numbers are at the end of the row. They might say all have a 0 in the ones place. Some of your students might even say they have some 10s but 0 ones. One of the best ways to show your students exactly what they're looking at is by using one of the apps that we have shown in the past, and it's the Number Rec app, and it will show them a visual representation of what it is that we are doing. So your students will see the 40 beats, and you can go ahead and ask them to count, or maybe your students already count by 10. I know mine don't quite do that, but maybe yours do. And then we can go back here and show them what is the same about all of them. Then after you show them this, go ahead and ask them, how are they different from the other numbers in the same row? For this, one strong suggestion is that you use the annotate feature that is available on your Zoom platform. When you have this annotating feature, you will then be able to highlight the row that you now want them to look at. Our students in kindergarten need tons of visual supports, at least my students do. So it's important that we give them that. By highlighting it, after we have highlighted this one, it gives them an additional tool to really understand what it is that we want them to do. A few additional slides that will be very helpful for you within the lesson and within your teacher slides is this one. There is, oh, I should show you this. You see how this is still showing up? In order for this to not show up after the slides, since you are writing on the screen, you are not writing on the slide, you just need to go ahead and erase it. Again, apologies. The guidance for summarizing tells you why we use this, and it gives you a different way of asking the same questions. In addition to this, however, you also have this slide, the guidance for assessment during instruction. And you can use these additional questions or in any other way that you feel you might actually be able to assess your students to really recognize whether they are mastering the work that you are presenting them with. Count across tens when counting by 1s through 40. Recognize that the numbers within a group of tens have the same number in the tens place, while the numbers in the ones place are 0 to 9. Your students might be able to do this with using the summary slide, or you might need to go ahead and show them again the number rack. Whichever way you need to do it, go ahead and get it done for your students because only you know what is best for them. We wanted to again highlight the slide because I know that for us, when time gets a little bit short, we tend to skip some things. Sometimes we have to make the executive decision, and I wish we didn't have to. I wish we had all the time in the world, but we don't. This is one slide that is really helpful, and we hope you continue to use it. I know that I have seen the difference in my classes when I have. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.